Talk to him.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Whether the winters were left in the cold.
All right, my bad, chat. Let's go into the TikTok story time. Y'all know what it is with me. Y'all thought it was over. Hold on, do we got a question? 333 Souls of Thought. What's happening? What's happening, bro? Welcome to the party, dog. Sunday afternoon been a gold mine. There's been a lot of people sliding through. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. I really mean it, huh? Let's go. Story time.
And she's like, oh, he's a really nice guy. But as y'all know, he could be a nice friend. Okay, so I should have known when I sat down and the man had double hoop earrings in that we were going to be in for a ride. All right, y'all. So let me try to do this in one part. It's really not really too hype. It's really kind of boring. But anywho, so let's go back. This guy knows my sister, right? And she's like, oh, he's a really nice guy. But as y'all know, he could be a nice friend. And then romantically, that's not the case. So he's been trying me for the last 2 years, but he never like seals the deal, right? So finally I seen him at his job, his like part-time job, and he was on my line heavy after that. He's like, oh, like I need to take you out. Like, although I have this part-time and I'm busy, like I can make time for you. Like I can take off whenever I need to, blah, blah, blah. Cool. So we've been now talking for like 3 weeks. Crickets about going on a date. I've even like kind of, mentioned it a little bit, and it's always like, oh, it's coming soon. Be patient. It's coming soon. Be patient. There's not much patience because after a month, if no date is planned, you have to go. That's just law, right? So finally,
hey, look, if it's been a month and y'all live in the same town or like within an hour drive, and it's been a month and dude ain't set up a date with you, he don't even like you like that. I'm gonna be real with you, shorty. But let's go.
Okay, fast forward. We both off on Juneteenth. I asked, I'm like, oh, you off on Juneteenth? He like, yeah. Are you off? I'm like, yeah. He like, date night. I'm like, all right, cool. I said, let me know. I have a kid. I said, let me know what time, because I have a kid, so I gotta get stuff situated. He like, all right, cool. Now, mind you, this is days in advance. I asked 3 times for a time. Like, I asked 3 separate days. Hey, like, can I have a time so I could like see if somebody could watch him? Can I have a time? Can I have a time? So on the 3rd time, I was livid, right? So I end up sending him a voice memo like, you know what? I feel like I'm begging at this point, and I just don't feel like we should continue because, like, I'm now asking you 3 times to take me on a, like, date. We're not even to take me on a date. I didn't ask you 3 times to take me on a date. I asked you 3 times to give me a time frame so I could let, like, my sitter know, you know what I'm saying? Like, out of respect, why would I wait last minute? So anyways, we ended up hashing it out on the phone. Like, he explained his side of things. Pretty much his was a cop-out that, like, how did he know that I needed to tell someone in advance to watch my kid? What do you mean? Like, why would you wait last minute to ask someone to be a babysitter? That's crazy. That's not considerate of.
I'm gonna be real. If this man doesn't have kids, that's not something crossing his mind. He may be learning that that's a consideration that he would need to make dealing with a woman with a child or children in the future in real time. But if he doesn't have children, which she didn't express whether he did or didn't, but if he doesn't have children, that's not going to cross his mind. It's not a part of his daily wheel of thought. Let's go.
Of nobody's time. So, but we ended up hashing it out. Now, mind you, he never even planned a date. When we talked on the day before the date, Wednesday, when we talked on Wednesday, he was like, oh, like, what area do you want to go out in? Because we don't live close to each other. So it was like, oh, what area? So you never even planned anything. That's why you didn't have that time. So anywho, all right, let's fast forward to the date. So mind you, the date is for 5:00. He get there before me, but I don't get there late. He gets there before me. I get there at like 4:50, right? So when I pull up, he's like, oh, I'm already inside. Do you want me to order you a drink? And I'm like, no, I want to look at the menu. Now, yes, I've been to this place, but we were initially supposed to go for happy hours. You know, happy hours have different drinks on that menu. So I wanted to see what was on the happy hour menu. I didn't want to order a lemon drop if it wasn't on the happy hour menu since I thought we was doing happy hour. Now, we end up not doing happy hour. But anywho, I get in there. He's sitting in like the restaurant side. So that's why I know we're not doing happy hour. He's already ordered a drink and it's sitting at the table and he's drinking, right? So initially, I'm not like trying to say anything or whatever about that whole like situation. Also, when I get there, he doesn't stand up to greet me and give me a hug or anything. Like, he's sitting down, he stays planted down when I walk in. That's crazy. All right, so anyways, we're going on with the date. It's cool. And then he started bringing stuff up. So when you start bringing stuff up, I'm going to start bringing stuff up. So I decided to bring up the fact that there were no flowers on the date. And I'm like, yeah, like, where are the flowers? Like, I did mention that I like flowers, and I did mention that I was expecting flowers for the first date. I told you what type of flowers. We had a conversation on Wednesday, a very long.
Hey, chat. It's fellas in the chat. Hey, chat. I'm going to post y'all comments. Y'all let me know as quick as y'all can. Y'all ever brought a chick flowers for the very first date? Let me know, chat. And what was your reasoning for that? On the very first date, the first one, y'all brought flowers? Let me know what the reason for that was, chat, if y'all did it. Yes or no? And if yes, why? I got to hear it. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking. Let's go.
Long conversation, we were talking about like a lot of different things. So one of the things we touched on was like flowers, and I was like telling him how I would do flowers any day, anywhere, don't matter where we're at. I always want the flowers. I'm expecting flowers on the first date. My favorite flowers are tulips and roses. Like we had that conversation. He was understanding. So when I asked him where them flowers was, he was like, "Oh, I just didn't think this was a setting for flowers. Like this isn't."
All right, I can't. Okay, guys are answering. Never. Nah, you know what I'm saying? He said, I shaved and I showered. Yeah. Listen, expectations on a first date are crazy. Expectations, I'm about to say something largely unpopular. Fellas, I've been doing this for years, so don't worry about how it's working out for me. I'm doing fine. Fellas, whether or not you pay for the first date should be contingent upon whether or not you want a second date. My favorite line to tell the server is split the check. Split it. When she told me she expect flowers on a first date, split the check. Split it. How you want to split it? What I ordered and what she ordered? We're not doing this again. I'm not feeding you today. Let me know if y'all agree or disagree. If y'all think it's right or wrong, I'm cool with all opposing perspectives, you know, and the ones that agree. It's a concept many of you guys haven't explored. I've been doing it. Split the check. Yeah, you know, I don't think that, you know, I'll be doing this again. This how the conversation go. Hey, yeah, the bill. Were you guys ready for the bill? Yeah, split it. Split it how? You know, what I ordered and what she ordered. I'll put one of her drinks, put her first drink on mine. Yeah, that's fine. Put her first drink on mine. And they normally either don't say nothing and they just like do some body language communication and grab a purse, or they'll be like, split the check. Like, and I just let them know, hey, you know, I don't think this is something I want to do again. You seem really nice. And then I'll let them know the things about them that I don't think are going to be conducive to longevity with me in particular. I articulate it and I just let them know, like, you know, and I don't think it's appropriate, me being a bachelor at that time, jumping around and dating all these different women. I don't think it's appropriate for me to be overextending on resources for women who I'm not going to invest in any further. We've both made mutual investment tonight. We both invested time and energy and resources. We've made mutual investment tonight, and we've both come to the same conclusion. We don't want to do this again. Why should I make more investment than you for us to draw the same conclusion? Because you have a coochie and I got a ding dong? Absolutely not. I don't know who designed that shit. I never got with the program. If I don't want a second date, I'm not paying for the first one. Merch.
Like a formal setting for flowers. Well, why would you say that when we just had a conversation about flowers yesterday? Right? Cool, let it go. We're going about the date. So after that, that's when I noticed some damn hoop earrings. And I was like, this is not going to end well. The man got a double hoop on both sides. Anywho. And he had on shades. He had on shades with the orange lens inside. Anyways, so we're going on about the date. The date's fine. There was a couple little things that kind of irritated me. Like he tried to like put a limit on how much I was drinking. Mind you, I only had I had 2 drinks and a shot. But he was trying to tell me that I could only have 2 drinks because I have to drive far and he don't want me like doing like what? You knew I had to drive far when you suggested, well, he didn't suggest that place, but I gave him options. Like you knew me driving far was a thing. And don't get me wrong, I don't drink and drive irresponsibly. I know what my limit is, and I usually do 3 drinks. That's usually.
Hey, this a mother, y'all. This woman says she got a child with a sitter. She got to drive far. and she stating her case to have more than 2 drinks on a first date with a man. Without casting judgment, chat, what y'all think about that, chat? Is that a judgment or an assessment, chat? There's a difference. Is that a judgment or an assessment, chat? Talk to me. This a mother with her child with a babysitter. She's on a first date with a man. She has to drive a decent distance, and she's making a case for herself to have more than 2 drinks at this dinner on a first date with a man. So many things wrong. The guy could be crazy. A, so why get liquored up to the point where, you know, you're already vulnerable to a stranger, but why get liquored up to add to that? B, you do have to drive, and you have a child that's dependent on you to make it home without a DUI, without a hitch, without nothing. Talk to me, chat. She telling her story. I'm just responding to her story. Talk to me, chat.
Like my cat or whatever. So for you to like implement, because first he was like, oh, only 1 drink for you. And then I'm like, what? Anyways, that's weird. The day goes on. We're having conversation back and forth. It's cool. He ends up paying. Like, we're still sitting there talking. He's a very...
Time out. She said that's weird. It's not weird. It's called protection. There are so many people who say, I want a man that could lead, but they're a shitty follower. They want a man to protect, but they don't listen. If you don't listen to the leader, they can't protect you. I always give the example. Y'all in the house, y'all upstairs, y'all sleep. You hear noise downstairs. He tell you, get in the bedroom closet, stay in there, don't come out till he come open the closet door. Anybody other than him open the closet door, you let the glicky go. You let it go. You go down, he go downstairs to see about it. You hear some tussling and rustling. You bring your dumb ass out the closet. You go downstairs, and while he tussling and rustling with the intruder, you step around the corner, temporarily distract him. In the midst of the fight, he get his ass pop, bow. Then you eventually get your ass pop, bow. Now, he probably would have won the scuffle if he didn't get distracted by the fact that your ass wasn't upstairs in the closet. You don't listen, a man can't protect you. If he's telling you, I think it's a good idea for you to stop yourself at 2 drinks, he's showing you that he's a protector in nature. Most dudes that ain't on shit or that's a piece of shit, they gonna try to tell you, yeah, have another one. Drink another one. Can your babysitter watch the baby overnight? Yeah. But this guy wasn't doing that. So, again, knowing what you want versus knowing what's good for you, sometimes it's 2 different conversations with people, men and women alike. Let's go.
Very good conversationalist nonetheless. So we're talking about our life, our childhood, our lore, like, you know, our personalities. Like, I lay stuff out on the table. I'm very self-aware. I know, like, I might come off strong. I know certain situations. Shout
out Souls of Thought. Souls of Thought said, she's not fit for marriage. She's in the until group. LOL. Yeah. Until. That's a fact. Yeah. Because listen, it's a mentality thing. Listen to our mentality. I agree with you wholeheartedly. Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? And another thing that I didn't like, that I feel like this is like foreshadowing to, I knew he was going to try to humble me at the end. Somebody had a birthday, so I was like, oh, this place always, like, people always here celebrating birthdays because I've been to this place before. He like, oh, you want me to tell him it's your birthday? I'm like, no, I don't like attention. He like kind of like side-eyes me about it, and I'm like, you think I like attention? Like, why would you think that? Like, is it because I'm like pretty or whatever? Like, that doesn't mean I like attention. And this isn't the first time I've had a conversation with a man about this, so it's kind of annoying, right? And y'all don't know me, but I got a big old butt. So I just feel like people think because I have this body type, they think I'm seeking attention. I'm not. It just happens to be my body. So he was just like, I just feel like you demand attention. Like, your presence just demands attention. I said, yeah, because that's just my natural aura. Like that, I'm not doing anything to get the attention. I just give off the aura, right? So I just felt like you kind of just tried to like play with me. Anyways, the date goes to the like towards the end of the date, right? He started bringing stuff back up again, and it was like, if we already hashed all.
Hey, listen, man. Shout out to self-confidence, man. Shout out to self-confidence. Round of applause for self-confidence, man. You know what I'm saying? If you believe, you can achieve. Let's go.
All this out yesterday on the phone. Why are we now bringing it up again? So he starts bringing it up again. How I like went off on him in regards to asking 3 times. Why did I have to ask you 3 times for a time frame? Why the day before the date we still didn't have a time or place hashed out. Kid or not, that's actually unacceptable. But the fact that I even said like, hey, I just need to get a sitter, like, why do you think that I'm in the wrong here? I'm not in the wrong here. Now, my approach when I got upset about it might not have been the best approach, but I never cussed him out. I never used foul language, none of that, right? I just stressed to him how I felt about the situation, but it was never at a level of disrespect. So you're bringing this up again at the end of the day. So clearly this is still in your mind. And clearly you went from being understanding to like, now it's like, no, you're just so impatient, blah, 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 blah. So he's pretty much telling me I'm impatient. So I bring up the flower thing again, right? And he's like, you didn't even ask for flowers. Okay, earlier you said the reason why you didn't bring me flowers is because, not that I didn't ask for flowers, because this wasn't the setting for flowers. Now you're saying I didn't ask for flowers. When we had a conversation the day before, and I did, in fact, say I'm expecting flowers on the first date. And matter of fact, I even went as far as telling you what type of flowers and how I love flowers. And how
Baby, 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 baby. Ay, Dios mío. No, 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 mami. Mira, mira, no. Mami, ay, Dios mío. No. Oh, no, no, stop. No, listen. Baby, baby. The writing all over the wall. It took him a month. It took him over a month to orchestrate meeting up with you. All right. He ain't bring the flowers because he didn't want to bring the flowers. If he wanted to, he would. You understand me? You already gave him a little bit harder of a time than he probably won't dealing with somebody for the first date. I'm going to be real with you. Even though you said you didn't disrespect him, even just you stressing anything to a man, the fact that you have to describe what you were doing as stressing, come on, words matter. Come on, tell me I'm making a bad point, baby. The fact that you have to use the word stressing to describe what you was doing is already all bad with us. In the dough. This the first date. I don't even want to hear the word stress. Nothing. I shouldn't even be able to describe nothing about nothing we ever done, had, did, nothing as stress, nothing. Stressing, stressful, nothing other than stress relief. But other than that, no ma'am. So off rip, just fundamentally, listen, you already halfway got on dude nerves. I'm going to just give you a male POV from somebody don't know you, don't know him. You already halfway got on his nerves way more than you supposed to at this stage and y'all getting to know each other. I'm going to keep it a beam with you. Whether or not you think you're right or wrong, whether or not you feel like you want to take accountability, all that is up to you. Listen, I'm just giving my POV. I do reaction videos. You know, we always going to tag the content creator in the edited version of this video because we all eat out here. So it's like, but the writing been all over the walls in this story, sweetie. It's just, I don't know if it's one of them things where like you think he fine too, because you clearly think you fine. You think you fine, but maybe this dude's so physically attractive, you decided to put up with all this stuff because, you know, you already said you blew a couple red flags. You said a dude taking a month to get a date together with you is a no-no, but you let him do it and you showed up for the date. You know what I'm saying? You already, you know, you didn't like the way that he went about planning the date. You had to get on the phone and work that out to get the timing situated so you could get your sitter situated, and you didn't really like how that went. Then you stressed it to him. You know what I'm saying? Like, this ain't going nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. I think as adults, y'all both got to have a conversation about whether or not y'all both there to just be physical with each other and decide whether or not y'all want to get that out the way and just go ahead and part ways. I would recommend y'all just don't deal with each other. And clearly, I think that's where this story is headed. But the writing been all over the walls, baby.
How no matter what the setting is, I'm always going to accept the flowers, right? Now it's I just didn't ask at all. You're lying, and he lied the night before too, because when I had called him out on asking 3 times for a time frame, he was like, "You only asked me 1 time." It's all in the text.
Baby, I'm not having no conversation with you about your expectations of me and we trying to go on a first date. I'm not having no conversation with you about your expectations of me and we trying to go on a first date. I'm not having you don't got to tell me. I'm a grown-ass man. You don't got to tell me that you expect me to get the door. You don't got to tell me you expect me to come to your door and get you versus waiting on you to come to the car. You don't got to tell me nothing about your expectations. I'm triggered. I've been trying this whole time because, you know, she seemed like an all right lady. But come on, man. Like you need to gain some perspective on what this species called men that you dealing with is. We not going for all that. What you talking about? What you talking? It's over with. Like at this point, whatever attractive you was to him, the more you talking, you becoming increasingly less attractive. Don't talk. You talking to me about how you expected me to bring, man? The florist is open for you. If you like flowers, go buy some. I don't owe you shit. I don't even know if I like you. I don't know. I know now. Now I'm sure. Now I have certainty. What we talking about, chat? Souls of Thought said she's not fit for marriage. She's in the until group. Miles said sad but typical. Damn. So few words. That shit hit hard. No puffy. Miles said sounds like a simp collector. Ooh, that's a new term. You gotta coin that. Let's hear her out.
Asked 3 times. So then he goes on to say that he is so busy because he works long hours, and when he gets off of work, he just wants to unwind. So me asking for a time frame just wasn't on his mind. It's that hard for me to ask you for a time frame for a date? Like, that's crazy. If you can't multitask, like you're off from work. Yeah, you can unwind, but you can unwind late. You're unwinding laying back on your phone. I know you are.
Hey, baby. If the way I'm going about it is non-negotiable, stop negotiating. If the way I'm going about it is non-negotiable, stop negotiating. Save us both. Save us both from each other. You don't gotta be looking at your phone, talking with your eyebrows getting close together, all this going on. You don't gotta go through none of that. Save us from each other. If what I'm doing and how I'm putting it together and how I'm going about it is non-negotiable, stop negotiating. Why you negotiate? Hold on, am I not making sense, chat?
So why can't you just figure out a time? How is that me like being impatient? Like, I'm not asking you for anything that's not standard, right? So then he was like, you're just impatient, like blah blah blah. I'm like, okay. And then he was like, you think the world revolves around you, and if you think like that, this not gonna work. Then he starts to get combative because I'm making sense, right? He starts to get combative. He's like, I took off of work for you today. I said, no, you didn't. You told me you were off. He was like, I wasn't off of my second job. I said, you told me yesterday that your friend asked you to work for him, and you told him no. That's not that you took off. He was like, well, I did take off. Now what? So I'm like, now you're getting combative and it's not making sense. Well, I guess it is making sense because of the 2 hoop earrings. But either way, at that point when it started to get like that, I said, you know what? This is not.
Hey, the 2 hoop earrings, that little slick little comment she put in there, y'all know what we dealing with. We just let Charleston just got done explaining to us now. Uncle Charleston White just got done explaining to us earlier in the live, y'all. Y'all know what we dealing with. And that was gaslighting. They'll try to gaslight you, fellas. Women love using the term gaslighting, but they do it the most. I swear for God, I'm not a man that hate women, but I swear they do it the most. The creator of gaslighting was a woman. It is a form of manipulation. Yes. Don't talk about the man earrings because you went on the date with the man with the earrings. You see what I'm saying? And she's talking about he getting combative because I'm making sense. I ain't heard you make sense yet. Where my baby at? Where Riv at?
I wonder if guys ever look at a woman who is beautiful and then she opens her mouth and then he's like, what a shame. What a shame.
Let's see it through, y'all. She almost done. I think she done. Let's see it through.
Going to end well. So I'm going to just get up and leave. I, in fact, gathered my stuff up and walked out and left because it is what it is. Y'all can say I'm wrong. Y'all can say I'm a brat. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. But at the end of the day, I think I did what I needed to do.
Right now. Thank you so much. I'm going to tag the content creator in the edited version of the video. Thank you so much for the story time. I appreciate it. Baby, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. Right and wrong is for children. There's as adults, we have desires, we have results, we have goals, things that we want, right? We have things that we want. In order to achieve and obtain the things that we want, the goals, the lifestyle, whatever it may be, there's a course of action and a journey that one must go on and must take. If your actions are not conducive to getting you the results that you want, then you have to measure yourself and call yourself wrong or right. We grown. I'm not going to say you wrong, baby. We're not going to jump in the comments and say you wrong. We just going to say your behavior is not conducive to the results that you want. Clearly, you seem to be, she clearly seems to be a woman who is dating with intentions. She clearly seems to be a woman who is dating with intentions, or seems to be, but she doesn't have the first idea of what it consists of to obtain and even keep, sustain a man. You know what I mean? And until she decides to listen to some men about men, and whether she agree or disagree with what she hears and the harsh realities of that, she won't make the proper adjustments to get the results that she wants, unfortunately. But I wish that sister well on her journey for sure. And that's the story time for the day, y'all. That was the TikTok story time for the day. If you like what you just saw, support the channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, and jump in the comments. Talk to me so we could crack these codes. If you want to support the channel monetarily, go to my website and cop some merch, www.theclassiccodes.com. Or you can shoot me a Cash App. Either way, stick to the codes.
Classic codes, I ain't taking it slow. Forgive me, Lord, I woke up in that mode. Weathered the winters when left in the cold. Harden my heart and now harden the flow.